get out. Some of them would act like they'd shoot their foot off with an M1. One shot his foot off 2 barracks down to get out of there. I says, and back in one, this Italian, nice-looking guy, a friend of mine, come and told me he's going to play that so that he could get out. And you know what they would do when they played? You guys know what that was, some of my age. They give him a GI brush, take him down there and rub that sucker raw. And the corporal wouldn't do nothing. Hey, I says, and another thing, I think some of you Southerners knew Elvis Presley, didn't you? Well, I thought I was Elvis Presley when I looked. I didn't have this bad hair today, but I'm going to tell you another thing. They all like me. Elvis Presley, my sergeant Amaya, trained that dude 2 years before me. And that's another thing. I was in this thing when I ran off from detention home in the Army Reserves. It wasn't nationwide. I forged my birth certificate at 14 and went in for 6 months. And they called me they used to call you a 6-month wonder. I got out, thought I was cool walking down the street. I was only 15. I had my uniform on, going to meetings once a week, and a friggin' juvenile detective caught me. And then they took me in front of Judge Spellacy, a woman, and she was going to send me back to BIS. And back in them days, they put a ball and chain on you. My company commander came to juvenile court with me in his uniform and everything. And that hanging son of a gun, well, of course, I was a crazy little kid, but I wasn't that bad. And he said, she wanted me to get a DD, or, a bad discharge. I got an honorable discharge. A full bird company commander when I was Fort Dix and stuff, he said, now can I speak? This is the government. I'm still in. He says, this gentleman here, he's a soldier yet, but there ain't he's getting an honorable discharge. I already signed it. She looks at me. He's been a gentleman. She's thinking, whoa, she was pretty nice when he did. She says, well, Mr. Bunner, I'm going to apologize to you. Thank you. I think you're quieted down a little bit. Case dismissed. And I walked up and I says, well, am I going to really get a discharge? Well, you sure are. He says, and I'll tell you something. How old are you now? I said, 15. He says, don't forge your birth certificate anymore. Come back when you're 17 and join up again. But I was going to meetings. I'm walking down the freaking street. All of a sudden, this detective, he hated my butt. And I didn't have my uniforms on. I had my ID like you guys had. My Army ID, because I still act. He come, oh, here's that rotten sucker in his little 50 Ford, He jumps out and goes, hey, Bunner. I said, what? What do you want? You still got a juvenile warrant on you. I said, so what? He said, what do you mean? I says, I'm still in the Army, buddy. And I showed him my Army card because it said I was 18 because I forged it. And he goes, I said, I was 17 when I went in, now I'm 18, so what? I showed him the card and he says, oh, really? I ain't going to take it off you, but you're going down to DH right now. I said, for what? He says, because you ain't that old. You're about 15. He said, now you're going to have the government get you for forgery. I said, God, get out of my face. Took me down there to DH, and I was in this unit. Let's see, I was using 4 or 5. That was a pretty tough unit. But I came in, hey, Bunner, what you doing, man? I says, I thought you were in the Army. I said, I was, man. I got to go in front of in front of Spellacy again. Oh, man, she been looking for you. You're going up, brother. I says, yeah, not only that, so how'd you get in the Army? So I forged all my birth certificate and they ran away. Oh, man, this one black guy, he said, you going, brother. You going to go way up. He said, ain't going to stop. They're going to forget the Hudson Farm stuff. You're going out to Boys Industrial School in BIS. When they're going to put that ball and chain on you. Back in them days, they did. A couple of my buddies. I said, I don't care. I know Tyerson, Mike Selinsky, Arnie Metric, DS Monitor Squads. I'll join them DS 6 months. I don't give a crap. And that's when they called me down. I was in there for 2 weeks, and then they called me down to go to court. I said, I'll see you dudes. He said, I'm going to BIS anyway, man. I'll check out with you when we get this black dude. I goes down there. All of a sudden, I look, and here's a full bird colonel sitting out there, and he goes, Bunner, he didn't know me, but he had my record. He had my record. Bunner? I goes, oh, jeez, he's going to really roast me in there. I'm going to get busted for forgery, all kinds of. I'm thinking, I said, I don't care. I'm juvenile. They can't do much. So he said, you're Bunner? I said, yes. He says, sit down. So he says, you're not the soldier now, but you're still. You sit down. I says, okay, sir. Thank you. I says, he says, you got to go in front of the judge. I says, yeah. He says, well, there's some items here I got to go over with her. I've already went over with the other guys, your probation officers and all that. I said, well, sir, I guess all I can say to you is I'm sorry. He